Within the past few years, MOBAs have become quite the talk within the gaming community, be it their competitive nature or high reliance on teamwork. Something or other attracts millions of gamers to their servers. So in light of the fact Infinite Crisis being shut down, we figured let's list some other MOBAs so you can jump on in our top 10 MOBA games. Oh boy, rule time! Number 1. The game must be online and playable. Number 2. The game must be, at its core, a MOBA and classified as one. And last, number 3. These choices are mostly my personal selection, so I'm sorry if your game ends up lower on the list. Also, if I miss anything, go ahead and leave a comment. Okay, the rules are done, so let's start this queue and start the action.
To my very first battle party!
Number 10, Adventure Time Battle Party. If you're a fan of the Adventure Time series and you like MOBAs, then you're in luck because Cartoon Network went ahead and created a MOBA starring some of the most iconic characters. Finn, Jake, Marceline, or Princess Bubblegum. They're all there and ready to play. It's cute, it's fun, and it plays like most other popular MOBAs. And of course,
Mathematical!
Number 9, Solstice Arena. Looking for more faster paced MOBAs? Tired of all those pesky minions? Then you'll be glad to hear that Solstice Arena offers all of these and then condenses the map into one main battle area. This game focuses mostly on player versus player and item building, so if you love that side of MOBAs, Solstice is for you. Oh, and did I mention it's an app for iPad and iPhone? So now you can take your MOBA on the road.
Time to kick butt and chew the
Number 8, Awsomenauts. This here is Awsomenauts, a side-scrolling platform MOBA. Very high-paced and very fun to play. The game focuses more on twitch skill and reflex rather than a true hardcore strategy, but that doesn't mean strategy is non-existent. Although the game is 2D, multiple levels add for interesting scenarios and gameplay. So if you're like me and you love side-scrolling games, then Awsomenaut is a game to try out.
I am Rook, High Archer of the Grey Elves.
Number 7, Strife. So you like League, but your last game had you in tears. Someone called you a poopy pants, but you assured them you had never soiled your undergarments. So what do? You like League, but you can't stand being called every insult under the sun. For those tired and looking for a League vacation, can jump into Strife, a game much like League, but focuses on keeping their community toxic free and friendly. To all those falsely accused of pooping their pants, this is your game. Number 6, Demi God. No, this isn't a trailer for Shadow of the Colossus 2. This is Demi God. This game knows what it means to feel powerful, take control of any of the demigods and battle it out in some of the most eye-pleasing maps ever found in a MOBA. Stomp your way to victory with sheer power or play with tact and outsmart your opponents to achieve your goals. Similar to most MOBAs, once you start playing, you notice it's not your everyday battle arena.
So, we will need help. Help from
the heroes of Newerth.
Number 5, Heroes of Newerth. Wards everywhere. Heroes of Newerth will teach you just how valuable sight is in battle. But it doesn't stop there. The game for one looks amazing in the graphic department, much better than some others. And for those wondering how it differs from other MOBAs, then pay attention. For those new to the MOBA scene, you'll have trouble adapting to Newerth. The game expects you to learn a hero, and doesn't want you jumping around trying out each class. This game takes time to master, which can be said for all MOBAs, but in respects to Newerth, it isn't advised, it's demanded.
Oh, shit.
Nuclear launch detected.
Number 4, Heroes of the Storm. With a powerhouse like Blizzard getting the idea to make a MOBA, it's no surprise the game would take off like it has. Players can now select characters from all of the Blizzard's previous titles, including WoW, StarCraft, and Diablo. It's all there. The gameplay challenges typical MOBAs and asks for players to have an open mind when playing the game. Gameplay is fast and action-packed, so anyone looking for a break from Hearthstone, here's your answer.
That is for you to decide.
Number 3. Dota 1 and 2, aka Defense of the Ancients. The first of its kind, you could only play the original with a copy of Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos and its expansion, The Frozen Throne. Originally a mod, Defense of the Ancients has since transformed into its own identity with the release of the standalone game, Dota 2. You can't get more down to the basics than this. With rigorous strategy as its main focus, new players will be left struggling to achieve an understanding, but that doesn't make it a bad game. So if you're willing to train and learn, then Dota 2 is a game for you. Now, if you're a MOBA player, then you know what's to come. So before I reveal the first and second spot, let's look at some honorable mentions. Now you're all wondering, what about the two powerhouses who haven't made the list yet? Of course, I'm talking about Smite and League of Legends. The internet is split on which is better, and honestly, in my mind, I have my own personal favorite. So let's look at both of these games side by side, and then we'll both decide. First, let's look at League. League at its core is very similar to Dota. The game offers a 5v5, a 3v3, and a 1v1. With simple tower laning and control the hill game type. With over 100 champions, it stands today as having the largest roster than any other MOBA, but they're not accessible to you unless bought. Players play the game from a bird's eye view and click the map to control the character. With simple graphics, it accommodates for the view, and it knows that. The characters are all very different in look and abilities and add a huge depth to lore and gameplay. As for the community, it currently has one of the most notorious. Players actually quit due to poor sportsmanship because how team heavy this game is. And with most aspects of the game requiring payment, new players will find it hard playing a game that requests your time and money to master, which is why the game is free to play. Next, we'll look at Smite. Smite is a third-person MOBA that pits gods from real folklore and mythology against each other. Instead of clicking, your WASD keys are used to move around, and your mouse is how you control your abilities and where you're looking. Unlike League, all attacks, special or basic, are skill shots, which mean aiming and firing, no auto attack. Gameplay offers 5v5, 4v4, 3v3, and 1v1. The maps hold the same principle, except for Arena, which throws all gods into a fighting arena with no turrets and pure carnage. Like League, you must purchase your gods, but Smite offers a one-time buy to access all current and future gods for $40. Smite also has no hidden mechanic, like tall grass or bushes in League. Everything you see is in view, so ganking holds true to the generic backstab, adding more depth of gameplay. However, much like League, the community can be rather harsh. So, you heard about the games, but there's a lot to be said on both ends. I've merely scratched the surface, but from what I've told you, it's obvious these two games, although similar, have many different pros and cons. But enough babble. It's time to pick a number one. And so as it stands, Dream Bridge's number one MOBA game is Smite. To have played both games for years, I can say without a shred of doubt, Smite is the game to play. Everything feels better. You're more in control of your character, the game doesn't require grinding for money, and the level of different game types to try and experience outmatches League. Why be a champion when you can be a god? Of course, this is just my opinion, and I know you all have your own, so go ahead and share them in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, subscribe for more.